Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Tuesday, and I'm in Studio A, and Miss Fiona is over there in Studio B. How you doing, Miss Fiona?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. Still glad to be alive. You know, that's my testimony. I'm always sticking to that. You know, I'm going to give it every chance I get. You know, some folks are alive and don't even know it.
Hey, that's a whole lesson by itself.
Yes, it is. The Walking Dead, you know, and it ain't just a
What they call them,
movie,
zombies.
okay? You know, it ain't just a TV series, okay? It's in real life, okay? You know, yeah.
You trying to go early, Dr. Ron.
Hey, I just love keeping it real. You know, that's the truth. You know, keeping it real. So
I agree.
we've got a great show lined up for you guys today. So please don't go nowhere. Stick around and stay. We've got a returning guest, my good friend and brother, Mr. Osei Andrew-Hutchinson is going to be with us today. And just like last time, he brought a lot of good information and knowledge to us. And he's going to do the same thing again today. I'm excited about having him on the show today. So let's jump right into it and get these commercials out the way. All right. You got any objections, Miss Fiona?
Not at all.
Good. Here we go. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to all of the spiritual leaders that are out there. You know, spiritual leaders all through the pandemic, you know, have been keeping us uplifted and motivated and doing all sorts of things like that to keep us encouraged. It has been a very rough year and a half with the pandemic that's been going on. All of our healthcare heroes were struggling. All of our spiritual leaders were struggling. But hats off, and I applaud them every chance I get because they have done a great job keeping us uplifted and alive during the last year and a half. Now I'm gonna throw this little, you know, footnote in there, you know, public service announcement. Pandemic is creeping back up, y'all. We at 2 point something in Chicago now. So I'm not sure about the rest of the United States, but in Chicago, it's starting to creep up. I know in the South, they blamed it on all the people not being vaccinated, but I'm just gonna say this: be careful. Okay, still wear your mask, still wash your hands, still be careful. Okay, because we want y'all to keep coming back and listen to the show. So I also want to give a special shout out to my spiritual mentor, Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. Dr. Hunt has been with me for over 30 years now. He and I have traveled across this country and we've worked together doing what we do and what he does, and he's still doing to this day. He was holding service and still holding service every day of the pandemic to keep people uplifted and encouraged. So if you don't have a person that's motivating you and keeping you uplifted, let me tell you where you can find Dr. Hunt at. Dr. Hunt, if you go over to my ask-dr-ron.com and scroll all the way up to the top, you will find all of my social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. You can go over to the YouTube channel, click on it while you're there, subscribe, like, and share. You will find a playlist completely devoted to Dr. Hunt. So click on it. You'll get a chance to see some of his archive messages that go back over 30 years because he's been doing this for, 50 plus years. So check out some of his messages, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. He will definitely spark your awakening and your understanding. So definitely go check it out. Now, while you're over there on the website, we want you to scroll down and you'll come to a place where you'll see my affiliates. You'll also see my advertisers. And please support our advertisers. We've got some of the best advertisers out there. They help make it possible for us to do what we do here, and we like to encourage and support them and get you to support them. Now, I was just at Port Again Sam on last week, and I'm going to tell you, he is going strong. He's still bringing in wine from all over the world, cognacs from all over the world. I had to sit there for a while and get my composure because I had a wine tasting and I didn't want to leave. I was like, man, just give me a nipple and a bottle and I'll be here in the morning when you come in, because I'm like, man, this is what's up. He has some of the best wine from all over the world. You do not, I can't say it enough. The best wines, exclusive stuff you can't get in the store nowhere, but you have to call him. So you're going to click on his advertisement. It'll take you to his website, make a wine tasting appointment, and you will not be disappointed. I tell you, Sam is still doing it, and he's scheduling wine tastings all the time. So you want to get on his schedule, you want to get on his list, get over there and check out what he's got going on. We also have other advertisers. We also have RRJ Webb. If you're interested in establishing yourself on the World Wide Web, reach out to RRJ Webb. They can put something together for you, and you will not be disappointed. He can help you build it, maintain it. He can help you host it. Whatever your internet needs are, he can help you. He can put it together. He can fix your broken website. Now, a lot of people don't do that. If you broke it, oh, good luck. But he will help you fix your broken website. So that's RRJ Webb. We also have some advertisers that Miss Fiona's going to tell you about.
Good evening. The first advertisement that I will talk about is Kidtropolis Child Care, which is located at 8104 South Hospice Street here in Chicago. They are actually having an open house on July 24th from 12 to 4 p.m. If anybody is interested in seeing the site for themselves, you are more than welcome to come. Again, that is on July 24th, 2021 from 12 to 4 p.m. And the other advertisement is Immaculate Education. That is a business that's being rebranded at the time. However, still offering tutoring as well as business and consulting. So if you're interested, you can go to immaculateed.com, and you can also find it at AskDrRoncom.
All right. Now, at this open house, they're going to have food, or are they just going to have, just like little crackers and, Kool-Aid?
Oh, it's definitely going to be a good time. There's going to be entertainment as far as like children's bouncy house. It's going to have, all the things that you would find at a little carnival.
Oh, yeah. Stuff to make the kids want to come there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But it's also good community time to see, you want to get the kids in the community to come to school and start.
Okay. All right. Well, see, that's deception, because them kids ain't gonna have no bouncy house every day that they come into school.
Well, it's a balance. We field trip.
I'm just messing with you. That's all.
No, but that's a real good point. Somebody would say, but they don't get that every day. Life is not like that. Don't get me going.
There you go.
There
you go. Yeah. So you all keep those announcements in mind. You can find all of these links on AskDrRoncom. You can go over there, find all of this information. Please feel free to investigate each one of our vendors and advertisers. We look forward to you doing business with them so we can stay in business. We love it when you all support them. And thank you for those that have supported them. Quick shout out to my brother in broadcasting, Mr. Chris Bass. He's tuned in. He says good afternoon to me and Miss Fiona. Maddie Pender is on the line. Thank you for dropping in. David Witherspoon is on the line. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you all stopping by. Like I said at the top of the show, I am so excited today to have a returning guest. My brother, Mr. Osei Hutchinson, Andrew-Hutchinson, is on again with us again today. And I tell you, he left us with our mouth open last time. You know, when he came by, he had been coming on the show and tearing us up with all this knowledge. And man, he travels the world, speaks multiple languages. All I can say is welcome to the show again, my brother, Mr. Osei.
All right. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to be back here with you, Dr. Ron and Fiona. Thank you so much for having me back. I am excited to be here. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Quick shout out to my brother over in New Jersey. Chocolate Yoda's on the line with us. What's up? Shiny, happy people. Okay, what are you trying to say? We got to get a makeup artist over here. Okay, brother. You know, my brother in broadcasting. I don't know, but he definitely you know, popped in. We also have Apostle Laguerre wife tuned in, so welcome to her to the show. They came to hear about that chocolate, man. I know what they here for. You know, he's been giving out teasers all week long about this chocolate, you know. So I don't know. You want to start with the chocolate or you want to finish with the chocolate? You tell me.
Hey, we can do both. I'm a chocoholic. We can start and finish with the chocolate. Ain't no problem.
All right now. Well, let's let you tell us about the chocolate. Now,
yes, sir.
Now I'm just want some folks to know that you know, I understand about the chocolate. I know how the chocolate work, y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna tease y'all with that right there. Okay, you know. So what's up?
You got it.
Yeah, what's up with the chocolate, my brother?
So okay, and I think we touched on this a little bit last time, but I am working with two sisters out of Ghana. They are Ghanaian born. The family is from Ghana, but they've seen the world a little bit as well. And so while they were in their kind of world traveling phase with their family, one of the places they stopped over in is Switzerland. And being from Ghana, they heard that Switzerland had the best chocolate in the world. And they're like, wait a minute, but y'all don't grow no cocoa. How can y'all have the best chocolate in the world? So they kind of, you know, they tried to make sense of this concept, right? And so what they did was they went back home knowing that Ghana has historically been one of the largest suppliers of cocoa in the world, historically. And they said, wait a minute, how much chocolate is Ghana producing? And they were like, very little. You know, there's some chocolate companies out of Ghana, but they really wanted to say, well, wait a minute, but how much is Ghana producing and kind of putting out there in the name of Ghana as kind of being the home of where cocoa comes from, so to speak, at least on a commercial standpoint. And then also looking at Ghana in its historical context, right? Historically, Ghana is kind of seen as the home of where African people kind of congregated as far as understanding this concept of Pan-Africanism in the modern time. If you're familiar with the history of Ghana, you might have heard of the name of the first democratically elected president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, right? And in 1957, he led the Ghanaian people, today what we know as Ghana, into independence. And that's what the name of this company is based on, and that history and that concept of we can do it. So the name of the company is 57 Chocolate. That same spirit of what Ghana came forward in declaring itself this new nation, the first technically independent nation on the continent of Africa after the colonial period, right?
Okay.
So they said,
well, look, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on right there. I'm gonna do something right quick. While you're talking about it, I want to bring up some of the imagery that I have pursued after. Yeah, because it's kind of hard, you know. Wrong one. Let's see. There we go. Let's take this one out, and let's bring this one up. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, now continue talking about the chocolate. We got a nice image up here of all of the pictures of the chocolate that are available, so people can relate now.
There you go. So yeah, so 57 Chocolate, again, these two sisters, the Addison sisters, said, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to do it from that same spirit of can do, must do, gonna do as African people. And so they created this company. They said they want to come with a spirit of that, of what was in Ghana in 57, allowed Ghana to do all the marvelous things that it was able to do as an independent nation. And then what has continued to be, again, kind of this beacon of hope, this beacon of understanding of the world of Africa outside of the continent of Africa. So the African, what we call the African diaspora. And so I got introduced to Kimberly Addison when we were there in 2017 as part of our, we talked about last time, Village Leadership Academy and its World Scholars Program. We went to Ghana in 2017, and she did a tasting for us there. And we were like, wow, man, this is hot. And so I jumped up immediately after she was done, like, sister, I'm loving this. I'm a chocoholic. And like, you know, that song that says, you know, I'm not trying to find a remedy. I'm going to run from it. I'm not trying to cure this chocoholicness in my blood. And I want to be down with y'all. How can I be down, right? And so we had some preliminary conversations in 2017, and I kept hitting them. I'm like, every other month, I'm like, okay, when y'all ready to do chocolate, I'm going to do the chocolate in the U.S. and da-da-da. So finally, we were able to sit down, and this was actually, I guess it was during the pandemic, we had a Zoom call, right? It was her and her sister, who at the time was based in D.C., and we talked about how can we do the chocolate. So I just said, you know what, I'll make the investment. I want to get as much of the product as I can. I'll choose, you know, what I can do, and then start to find a way to get it out. So we got the chocolate here earlier this year, and Dr.Ron slipped by and got his sample. And so we're trying to make sure that the people know that there is a chocolate company on the market that is, and then I'm just providing the product, right? I'm just trying to get the product out, but I want people to know that there's a African-based company, Black-owned company coming out of Ghana, doing the production of their own chocolate products in their own name, and want to make the product available to those who love chocolate. Now, let's be clear. This is not Three Musketeers. This is not Reese's. This is not Hershey. And it's not even Lindt or Godiva, okay? That's not even at the scale of this. This is fine chocolate. So so those bars you got, and I got a couple bars here. This is their dark chocolate bar, for example, right? Retail, this is going to run about $7. And this is not the size of a Lindt bar. And it's not, you know, from Three Musketeers, you can probably get 5 of them for this. But this is fine chocolate, straight from the source, cocoa produced out of Ghana, manufactured in Ghana, and shipped here. So that's what we own, okay? And again, I'm trying to support these sisters and this company and this vision. I'm a Pan-Africanist by nature, so I'm trying to support that concept of, you know, I wear a wristband here, and I think I've given you one, Dr. Ron. It's called ASAP. I know that's the name of an organization, but we say it's also African Solutions for African Problems, ASAP. No. So we got to do things ASAP.
You didn't give me one, but I will come down and get one.
Okay, I got you faded, bro. No problem. You know. So, you know, and I just got that made because that's the concept of what we're talking about, is how do we find solutions to the problems that we have as African people worldwide with our own understanding, our own ingenuity, and just trying to make it about us, for us, or for us, by us, right? As Fubu says, right?
Right.
So now this chocolate is an example of that. Go ahead.
Now, just a couple of things you said. I read this year that Ghana has stopped importing cocoa to Switzerland, exporting cocoa to Switzerland. So they are starting to now focus on the raw materials that they have and make good use of them for their own manufacturing resources.
That's right.
So I did see that. You know, so that was one thing. The other thing was I happened to notice that all of these, you know, you cleared up with the 57 years. That was the year that Kwame was in office, right? 57. The year.
Well, that was the year that Ghana got its independence, right?
Okay, 1957.
1957, right?
Gotcha. Okay, and each of these bars have different flavors to them.
That's right.
So they have like the dark chocolate, the white chocolate. They have white milk chocolate. They have different, you know, moringa flavor, which is medicinal. So a lot of people may not understand this, but cocoa, in which they make chocolate from, has a lot of healing properties. You know, not the stuff that we have in America. The only thing you're going to get from that is sugar diabetes. But the actual coca from the continent or anywhere where they produce actual coca will bring a healing to you if you get enough of it. Okay,
that's right.
So we got a question here. Wow, what is the green one on the end? So that was Jed out of California asked that question. And he said, what's the percentage cocoa on there? He asked that question. So he got two questions. So hold on before you answer that question.
Okay.
Let me do this because I'm trying to do some technical things here.
Okay.
We're going to take that one out and we're going to bring this one up. Okay. So now we got a picture of the sampler pack with because I've done some homework on this, and everybody that knows me know I don't do homework. These have Dinka symbols on them, which are symbols from indigenous from the west coast of Africa. And each one of these symbols that we are looking at have a different meaning. And you know, if I go from probably top to bottom, the first one at the top left is independence, and then we have. Say that again.
Fawahodi.
I'm glad you said it because I wasn't going to try.
All right.
And then the next one over is the crocodile.
Right. That's Den Kim.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
All right. And then as we go down, this one, help me out now. That's
I can't see the picture, so
okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, the one to the right is Sankofa.
Sankofa, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then
describe it to me. I can tell you what
it's a reef with a star in the middle.
Right. So that's the Nyame Nti. All right. It's by God's grace. That's what it means.
Okay, got you. By God's grace, faith and truth, trust in God. Got you.
Exactly.
I got that one. Okay, then we have the green one, which they asked about, which was the fern.
Oh, that was the guy. I'm sorry. That's a Nyame Nti. I'm sorry. Which one were you talking about with the star in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, that's Sesa Wosuban. And it's change or transform your character. That's what that one is.
Okay.
The star in the middle.
Okay. Transformation. Right. All right. And then we got the reef, the green one that he asked about.
Right.
That's not a reef. That's like a fern type.
A fern.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And then the last one is like a star or four corners. That's unity, human relation. Is that one? Chain links. Nope, that's the one.
Chain links. Right.
Okay.
That's a hard one to pronounce. In conson.
Good luck with all of that. But anyway, you can see them up close and personal here, and they all represent different flavors. This comes in a sampler pack, and the green flavor is which one now?
That's the moringa.
That's the moringa. Okay.
That's the moringa. Yes, this is the chocolate moringa. The percentage he or she asked about the percentage of chocolate or cocoa in that one. I'm not exactly sure. I have to check on that. But it is it's a mix between the cocoa and the moringa, as you said, the medicinal plant moringa, which some of us are very familiar with.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't gotten into the sampler pack yet. I've just been indulging a little bit at a time, trying to savor. The flavors that I did have,
Right.
And so far I have found them quite enjoyable, So far my favorite is the milk chocolate with the toasted coconut in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so far that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Right. I'm like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go see you again.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So and we have as you mentioned, and as a picture you saw, that every thing in the picture is one flavor. So there's different, there's the little squares are samples of some of what the bars are, but all those bars, each one of those bars is a different flavor. So we have kind of the basic dark white chocolate, milk chocolate, and then also the latte chocolate as well. So those are kind of the four and to be honest, and this is Kimberly actually hit me up on this. So white chocolate actually doesn't have any cocoa in it at all, right? It's a combination of different flavors and spice or herbs and stuff, but it's not. There's no chocolate. There's no cocoa, so it's not technically not chocolate. My favorite personally is the dark chocolate. So dark chocolate with anything is awesome for me. So and we have the dark chocolate with, as you said, we have the white chocolate or the milk chocolate with coconut, like you said. We have milk chocolate with almonds. We have a dark chocolate with almonds, dark chocolate with coconut, and then there's mocha chocolate mixed with some of those same things as well. Then we have the kind of, I call them the specialty flavors, which again are the green one, which is the moringa, and then also in the Sankofa bird, actually you can't tell it, but this is what's called bisap, which is also people know as jamaica, or also know as sorrel, or similar to sorrel. But what we know is that the actual herb in it, the actual spice in it, is called hibiscus. So it's really the hibiscus flower that is used for sorrel, that is used for jamaica, and it's also known as bisap as well.
Okay. Yep. Jed said he sold.
He sold. All right, great. Great.
Look, Francisco said he was making his point about the Shiny Happy People is the name of an REM song, Old People. Okay, all right, thank you, sir. He slipped that in on us in the beginning, okay? We got Karen online all the way from Australia. Good to see you, Miss Karen. We got Milton all the way over in Minnesota tuning in on us. So people are popping in on us to find out. We're talking about something that everybody likes, food. So, and then this is food that can heal you.
That's right.
So now, important question.
Yes, sir.
You've got these people full of knowledge right now about this chocolate. So what and where can they find it?
Okay, so right now we're trying to work with some retail outlets to get it out to folks. Right now we're working with, and Dr. Ron, thank you again. Dr. Ron, I don't know if you all understand, this brother is a national treasure. And just an awesome resource. Ever since I've known him, he's like, hey, I can connect you with this. I think this would be a great idea. And ever since, I'm like, okay, bro, yeah. And he calls me like every week, and literally on Sundays, right? That's my day, right? And we talk about everything under the sun. And every time we talk, I'm like, man, I ain't never thought about that. That's awesome. So the point being is that as we were talking, he was asking that same question. I said, well, let's what options do we have? So one of the things we're trying to work with, we had to finalize this thing. There's an online black marketplace. I can say the name.
Black Mom. She's gonna eventually come on. She just been too busy to get on the show, but she's coming.
Yeah. Cassie has done an awesome job with the Black Mom. I got all hats off to her and her applause to her. She's been pushing this concept of we need to do this same thing for us, by us, to us, and so the Black Mom is that. And so I'm working with her. We got to get some things worked out, but it's going to work out so that we can have it available on the Black Mall. We were trying to also, and still are trying to find some other kind of more what we call traditional brick and mortar retail outlets. And that's what we're still working on as well. So, I mean, I'm working on some local coffee shops. I'm working on, you could call it a big box store. I guess it is technically a big box. Whole Foods, because Whole Foods has a certain clientele, and all that. And so this would be something I think would work very well with their offerings. Just got to convince them of that, and in this day and age, after, unfortunately, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and their assassination / murders, some folks are trying to be woke, some folks are trying to be right. And so hopefully we can leverage that to say, okay, well, all right, you trying to be so woke, here you go. Here's a product that you should have on your shelves, and it's basically doing what you say you want to talk about, right?
Right.
So that's where we are now. We're not technically out there in the marketplace yet. I know later on, I think you're going to put my email address and all that stuff.
I'm ready to go back to it right now. Hold on. Scene change. Bam. Okay. We got you up there now. We got your phone number up there where they can call you. We got your website information up there where they can reach out to you. But the phone number is probably important. Now, I'm going to challenge some people. Okay. I truly believe that we can make this thing a big success story in the United States, because we got enough people on the line just right now, and even in other countries, that could show an interest in this, and we can get this thing going. We got some folks, you know, all the way down in Florida that love chocolate from Haiti, you know, and we've got some folks in different places that understand what real chocolate is all about. So I think if we start creating a buzz, and there's this number, you all reach out to them.
Don't call me now.
Yeah.
Don't call me now.
Right. Don't call them now, you know, but definitely reach out to them and talk to them about what you can do to try and get some of this chocolate in your area. And we ain't talking about no multi-level marketing type thing. We just talking about each one reach one. Okay. You know, that's what we talking about doing. You know, Jez said PayPal, definitely need a sample. We'll hook up with you after the show.
Okay, for sure. I'm down with it, Jed.
Now, Jed is all the way out in California, which is no problem, because this stuff will ship good, okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we definitely need to advertise this and make it known. You know, I love the idea that we got an opportunity to, you know, make this thing blow up. I love that, you know. And Cassia will be on the show. She's got the Black Mall, and she brings all sorts of products like this and others, you know, to her website, where it makes it easy for you to be able to get them, and then they'll ship it out with no problem. So we'll follow up with that. We're gonna have to put a post on the website, you know, on the Ask Dr. Ron website once we know where we can get it at.
That's
know. So now I know, Miss Fiona, you've been sitting over there chomping at the bit, you know, or let I say, waiting to get in on the chocolate tip. So I know you got some questions for him on the chocolate tip.
I'm kind of jealous, Dr. Ron. You said you were going over there, and I was like, okay, he's going over there. You just pop up with it like, bam. So now I'm like, I'm going to have to go get me some of that chocolate.
We'll fade you out. Fiona. No worries.
Oh, my God.
You said it was good, and you said that you were going to go get it. And so I'm just curious as to how much did you get?
He was kind of stingy with it. I'm just going to tell you. You know, he had me wait outside this compound with this barbed wire fence, and you know, and then all of a sudden this door opens up, and then he slides out, you know, and gives me like 2 or 3 bars, and then
you got security guards on either side, did you?
Yeah, I didn't see them, and then he slid back in, you know, and the door goes down, then I had to slide away from this secret entrance, you know, and then by the time I got home, I was like, oh man. Okay, you know, he was.
It's called a teaser, brother. It's called a teaser. Make you come back for some more.
I know that's right. You know, look, we got Fiona's grandmother on the line, or I think his grandmother from South Carolina.
Yep.
Okay, she's on the line. Okay, so you know, I'm gonna be acting good, Granny. I ain't gonna say no bad words today.
Jesus came for the bad kids.
Look, Karen says she's gonna fly in and fly out just for the chocolate from Australia.
Okay.
You know, see,
that's true chocoholic hypeness right there.
I know that's right. Look, I'm gonna have to be the one at the airport so I can give her a hug. You know, so I'm gonna be on that hookup, because Karen came on the show, man. She had me telling on myself. You know, look, she reversed it and had me. She was interviewing me before it was over with. You know, I was like, man, did I just say that out loud? You know, I was like, okay. You know, good stuff. Karen is a true fan. She pops in. See, it's morning in Australia right now.
That's right.
You know, so she's over there getting ready to put on her bathing suit and go hang out at the beach. You know,
well, wait a minute. It's winter in Australia, though.
No. It's summertime over there, man. She getting it in. She been hanging out on the beach. She's on the side where the weather's nice. She's always posting pictures, you know, like every other day from the beach.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
in Australia. She's doing it up
How
like
can I
that.
be about that life, man? That's
I know that's right.
Right, that sounds great.
Yeah. So Miss Fiona, now that you done threw me under the bus, go ahead.
Well, I had one more question. Which one is your favorite?
My favorite.
You or me?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Dr. Ron.
I just said mine is the toasted coconut.
Okay. And then Mr. Hutchinson, which one is yours?
Yeah, well, I'm a purist, right? So dark chocolate is always a winner for me. But these flavors that they're floating, like this B-Sop piece is hot. The dark chocolate with almonds is hot. And then I haven't the moringa I haven't really got into yet, but I know I will. But it's a whole offering, right? Again, it's not just a one thing. And so, I mean, and that's why, I wanted to make sure, and I didn't even bring across all the products that they have. I just tried to get a good sampling because they have, I want to say, a product list of about maybe 25 different flavors, right? Wow. When you look at it from nuts and coconut, and different types of chocolates mixed in. So I think maybe I don't know how many bars are on that picture off the top of my head, but it's probably there's a little under 20. So, so it's a lot. But yeah, I mean, the way I see it, with chocolate, you can't go wrong.
I know that's right. But you saying you have not met a chocolate that made you mad, huh?
Not at all.
That's funny. Go ahead on, Miss Fiona. I know you got some more.
Well, I'm sold, especially because you have your few over there that you keep showing off. But I want to jump right into Ms. Hutchins. You are a very busy person, and the last time Dr. Ron was like, you got to call him on a specific day. You got to call him on this specific day, and he was not lying. You are a very busy gentleman. So can you tell us some other things that you have going on? Because it seems like from the last time, everything that you do is connected.
Right, no doubt. Well, the other thing that I really wanted to talk about today, and Dr. Ron and I have had a little conversation about this as well, and I think I touched on it just a little bit last time, is that I have, along with 4 other partners, we've started our own startup, and it's called Synergy. And I'm actually wearing our company's shirt here. And Synergy is a clean and renewable energy company that really, and let me just start back with the name. So Sese is a word from Ghana, actually. It's actually an Ewe word. So it's another group of people within the Ghana, and Ewe being is the language and the people. So Sese means power. So the name of the company is Powerful Energy. Synergy is talking about the power of energy, and it's not just the little concept of power and energy being, electricity or whatever, but with energy you have power. If you think about it, all the things that quote unquote modern society has been able to do is because they had access to a sustainable and reliable energy source. I should say sustainable is actually a misnomer, but a reliable energy source, be it coal, oil, in the more modern times, nuclear. And what we're saying is, okay, that's all fine and dandy, but those are not renewable and they're definitely not clean. Right, so we're pushing a clean, renewable energy concept, and so we, as an energy company, we definitely are on. And I want to say it pejoratively, but on the solar bandwagon. In that solar is at this point becoming the mainstream concept. Right, everybody's talking about solar. How can I get solar panels on my house? And I see the solar, like if you could drive on the highway, you might see like the emergency phone. There's some solar panels at the top of that. You might see in some of these special events they got the big lights up or search lights, and they're powered by solar. Right, so solar has now become more and more current. More and more people understand that's a solar panel. I get that, right? So we definitely do solar. We're not trying to be, if you will, again, not to talk bad about it, but there's a lot of companies out here putting solar panels on people's homes, right? We can do that, but we also are looking at how do we really make solar work for people, both in their homes and in their businesses and maybe even their organizations. So we're working with a number of different types of groups, be it individuals, organizations, companies, to provide them a solar solution or a what we call a hybrid solution, because we also look at other clean and renewable energy sources. So another realm that we're diving into, and most people aren't even familiar with, is called geothermal. What we don't realize, and this goes back to our understanding, I'll say our African understanding, is that the creator, God, whomever, has given us all the tools we need to do the things that we got to do, right? So we have solar. The sun is free, right? At least for now, until somebody finds a way to market that, right? but the sun is free. And so that is energy that we can tap and actually use. And we've had solar technology in, the world for many years, but we're now just really starting to profit from that, if you will, from a usage standpoint. Geothermal is the energy that comes actually from the earth. If we tap into the earth correctly, we can actually run a system, a network through the earth that provides us heat and can actually provide us cooling based on an energy exchange property. And these are basic physics, right? Where if you run water through a hot tub, for example, the water that comes out of that through that piping is going to be hot, right? Where if you run water through something that's colder, when that piping comes out of that tub there, whatever that's cold, it'll provide cooling. So that's the very basic principles of geothermal. And so what we're looking at is how do we tie those two together? How do we provide maybe heating and cooling for a structure, for an installation using geothermal, and then maybe power the systems that run that using solar, or using solar plus a battery technology. Some of you online, and you all, Dr. Ron and Fiona, may have heard of, you've heard of Tesla, right? You know what the Tesla company is, right? Tesla has made its name in cars. Right, I was talking to Tesla way before anybody knew what Tesla was, and I had a big picture of the Tesla Roadster in my office. And you're like, "What is that? It looks like a Ferrari." I said, "No, it's actually a Tesla." What? A Tesla? Who? Well, now they have 5 models out. They have the Roadster, they have the Model S, the Model X, the Model 3, and then this is what Elon Musk is trying to do. He's trying to spell out sexy, right? So it's S3XY. The most recent one is the Y, and 3 is just a backwards E. So those are the cars that they're coming out with. You also probably have heard of SpaceX, which is a space company. He's trying to race with Bezos and all these other cats, trying to get into space and have commercial space. In addition, though, they've really transformed the concept of using electricity and battery backups. So that's what we're looking at as far as working with a company like Tesla that creates these battery backups. So they call it a power wall. So when you put a power wall, which is using technology similar to the batteries we use in our phones, a lithium ion battery, which are very efficient. You can basically charge them all the way down before you charge them up. It doesn't damage the battery. You get a lot of charge out of it. So if you put a lithium ion battery or cadmium battery with, for example, a solar array, you can provide energy for your house without ComEd, right? Without the energy company. Right? We all heard about what happened in Texas, right? Where Texas basically froze over and all the electrical grid was down, and because they didn't do some preparation for the grid and everything. But what could have happened is, had there been this not the so normal implementation of solar, where you have the solar panels with a battery backup, with what's called an inverter, a piece of hardware that basically can have the solar connect to batteries, connect to the grid, like ComEd or whatever, and had it working well together, those people that had solar would have been fine, would have had electricity, because their solar panels would be powering their battery backups, the batteries would be available for them, and the solar would be available for this day, and then the batteries would be available for them for the night. Right. And so that's really the concepts that we're going through, is that how do we provide a system for someone looking at all the tools we have available? We're talking primarily solar and geothermal at this point, to provide power so that you can continue to do what you need to get done, so you can be powerful. Right. Again, going back to the name of this energy. So myself and my partners, we've been building our company over this past, I guess we're now July, so 7 months. We are already working on the ground with a couple clients, building either custom systems or building just some basic solar systems, looking at design of how do we design a system, giving all these variables in play. And in addition to that, we have a training component where we're training people in the community, and you can call it through workforce development programs, to say, all right, this is the emerging technology. This is what's going to be the game, if you will, in energy coming into the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know if y'all heard, but almost all the major car companies are saying in the next 10 to 15 years, by 2035, they're putting it out there, we're going to be all electric. So goodbye gas-powered engine. Goodbye, the oil companies, right? That's a tremendous shift, right? Yeah. So the question will be, how are you going to power these cars, right? And the people that are thinking about it are saying, well, man, if I get an electric car, I could just plug it into my house. Well, yeah, you could do that. And what kind of a load is that going to be on your electric bill? But then if you think, but man, if I'm getting energy from the sun and I'm using that to power my house, I could also fill up my car. Therefore, I'm driving for free, right? And these are the equations that we think people are going to be going through. over the next 5, 10, 15 years, because again, everything is shifting, not only from an expense standpoint, but also, let's be honest, we got to do something to save Mother Earth, right? Mother Earth is hurting. You know, we're hearing about all these wildfires in the West. We're hearing about the heat wave. Just the other day, Death Valley, California, 130 degrees, record temperatures. That's not happening just because somebody decided to turn on a light switch or a match. It's because of greenhouse gases, because of the melting of the ice caps, and all these things, right? So we're saying this is also the intelligent choice for a race of people, the human race, to be able to help Mother Earth cool down, because Mother Earth is very hot right now, and help her regain balance, because all these things that we're seeing are basic reactions to imbalance. I mean, like when you get a cold, what do? You sneeze, right? You get stuffed up. You get the chills. I mean, so sneezing is like what? Like a hurricane or a tornado, right? Getting the chills is like an earthquake. That's what Mama's doing, right? So we gotta find ways to do that. So we're trying to say we're part of that solution as well. We're a solution company. And we're trying to find solutions that are going to be friendly to Mother Earth, also going to help our clients become part of what we call a closed loop ecosystem, where we can say we are trying to build energy resources for us that we can actually live to learn by, learn to live by, and we're trying to train our people in our own communities, right? So we just had our first what we call cohort of students go through their level 1, 101, 201, 202, what's called photovoltaic. So that they sat for these classes, and now they're getting ready to sit for the national certification in solar. And then eventually, once they go through that, we'll be able to install, design solar systems. I see you got a lot of questions, Fiona, so go ahead.
Wow, that's a lot. That just sounds so great. The question pops in my head is, do solar panels matter? Does it matter where you have solar panels as far as location? Is it better to have it in the West, from the West side to the Midwest, and then to the East, or does it really matter as long as the sun is
Good point.
sunshine?
And yes, it does. Especially if you don't live on the equator, then yes, all those things matter. In the equator, even during certain seasons, you have to do what's called tilt if you really want to get maximal exposure. So we live in the northern hemisphere, right? Anything north of like Ghana or Kenya, right, is northern hemisphere. So the optimal situation is to have panels that are facing towards the south for people living in the northern hemisphere. And the southern hemisphere is the opposite. The optimal would be to the north, because your sun is coming down at an angle, right, depending on what time of season and everything. So that's in general, right? In general, southern facing panels. Now, there are sophisticated solar systems or solar panel systems that actually rotate so that they actually follow the path of the sun east to west, right? And you have a mechanical aperture for that. And then you have solar panels that also can tilt north and south based on the season. So, for example, here in Chicago, we're at latitude about 41 degrees. We're 41 degrees off of the equator, right? So in the winter, the sun is lower in the sky because the planet Earth is tilted with the southern hemisphere more exposed to the sun, right? Now, I'm sorry to get in the weeds with this. I hope I answer your question, right? So when the Earth is tilted with the southern hemisphere more towards the sun, then the northern hemisphere is getting less sunlight. That's why in December, like December 21st, is considered the shortest day of the year, because we get the least amount of sunlight on our side of the planet than any other time of the year. So, and then the planet kind of does this all year long, right? It's tilting back, tilting up, and depending on where you are. So we're here in Chicago. Say this is Chicago. So in the winter, it's all the way back here. And then the summer, where we are now, we're getting the maximal sunlight. But we're slowly tilting back here. June 15th is the longest day. So the point being is that if you have panels that are facing south, in the summer, you want to face them kind of back a little bit because you're getting more direct sunlight kind of almost straight up, right? Where in the winter, you want to tilt them a little up because the sun is lower in the horizon. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments here. I see Apostle Laguerre said he's on his wife's phone, so that's him listening. Milton asked the question, what about your batteries? You answered that. He said he went to school at Solar 10 years ago. So much has changed in the field since then. Jed said, geothermal is an amazing idea. Yellowstone National Park could be a power plant.
The geysers, right? Exactly.
Yep. And we got Helen. Ruth just popped in. Thank you for dropping in. Now, look, this is what I want to do right now. You got this is his phone number again. This is his website scrolling across the screen. Let's see if I can get my technology to work right here. I want to bring up this flyer that I took out earlier dealing with this particular product. So let's take this out. Okay, and now we have this flyer in place so that you can see some of the things that he's talking about the information about this particular company. So let me do a couple of things here. Boom, boom. Let's take that. Let me check that. Okay, we're good.
So you got it up now?
Yes, sir. The flyer is up at the moment.
So this highlights the 2 points I was making, is that these are the systems, the top part, the black part there, if you will, highlights the systems that we do, right? So we do, and so real quick, so the comment that was made about the batteries and how much it's changed. And therefore its accessibility have gone up, right? So now you can
hold on 1 second. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. We're back. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. So now we can do that. We can it's a lot less expensive to put solar on your house or on your business, and you can reap the benefits, if you will, because you can save or maybe replace your electric bill depending on how much solar panels you have in the system you have. And in theory, and I put this in quotes, in theory, you can sell energy back to the energy company, right? To comment who your energy company is. Now, the reality is you might get charged, for example, Chicago, I think our rate is something like 11 to 12 cents per what's called kilowatt hour per unit of energy. That's how much we pay. If you make solar energy and you sell it back to the energy company, they're not going to give you 11, 12 cents per kilowatt. They're not. They're going to give you maybe 2 or 3, right? So you're maybe doing an offset. You might be getting a credit. Go ahead, Fiona. You had a question? I thought you were going to.
No. I'm just saying, oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Right. Now, so there's some offsets, there's some benefits. In addition to that, I want to just highlight the 2 points in the flyer as well, is that we also do what's called, and we see ourselves as a full, again, system in solution provider, right? So we're not just trying to put panels on your house or your business. We first want to say, hey, let's take a look at your footprint, your energy footprint, right? So we want to come into your home or into your business and let's get an assessment. What are you using? Because unfortunately, in this, and I say unfortunately, in our modern society here in the United States, we don't think about it. We turn that light switch on, we expect the light to come on, right? We turn on the TV, we expect the TV to come on, right? Assuming you paid your bill, right? So that's a luxury that we have, and as a result of that, we really don't think about the energy consumption that we do. We don't think about the fact that the lights, even the light bulbs that we use, actually have an impact on our bill and how much electricity we use. So have we gone through our houses and replaced all our incandescent lights with LEDs? That's just one quick thing. I gave you that for free, right? If you did that, that would save you some money on your electric bill, right? So we're going to go through your house or your business and say, hey, let's look at these things. What are you doing? How can you maybe save some money up front on your electric bill, right? And we're going to give you a full assessment. And we can even set you up for what we call electricity monitoring, and we can actually understand everything in your home or your business that's pulling on your electric system, and then what that looks like. And that is actually a precursor to putting on panels, because once we know what it looks like now and we give you recommendations to reduce that, that also reduces to how much you're going to spend on your eventual solar system if you do it. So we'll do that assessment up front. Then we'll look at, can you do solar? So your question earlier, Fiona, about does it matter where you put panels and all that? We have to do a full assessment of what's impacting your home or your business as far as your exposure to sun. Guess what? Trees, right? Trees have a big impact on that. Shade from buildings. If you're downtown, for example, and you're in some what we call congested area, the buildings around you can impact how much solar energy you can get on your own property, right? So we'll have to do that type of assessment to say, all right, this is what you can do. This is how much space you have to do it. This is the system we recommend, and then this is how it will impact your electrical usage if you're tied to the grid. Now, another piece that we pulled into this is that we also look at those people who might be what we call off-grid, right, who are living maybe in a rural situation that don't want to be connected to the world and want to kind of go at it their own, right? And so we are actually working with some off-grid facilities to say, all right, you want to just be able to create your own energy for your own uses. Then what does that look like? And that's where really the battery piece also comes into play as well. Because guess what? You get solar energy from your solar panels during the day. When the sun goes down, what you going to do? Well, if you want lights and TV at night, you got to have some type of battery system. And that's why, as was mentioned, these technologies have advanced so far that you can get a battery system. It's a little expensive still, but you can get battery systems that can basically power you through the night, right? So these are kind of lists of all of our services on top of that flyer. And then the bottom of our flyer goes into the educational piece and how we're training young people. And let's be clear, we're doing the whole workforce development suite, if you will, meaning that we also are trying to make sure that our returning citizens can get into this technology, meaning folks who've done time, right? It's very challenging for a lot of them to find jobs, to find the training. So we want to provide them with top-notch, cutting-edge technology jobs because this is where it's going. In addition to people who are trying to change their career path, in addition to some young people who may not know what to choose as a career path. So that first cohort is a combination of all those types of folks saying, hey, we have a solution here to get you into this industry because not only is it a great thing to be in, but there's also money to be made.
Now I got a quick question. Is the government still doing rebates on this?
They are. And there's federal rebates and there's also state rebates. If you haven't heard already, I mean, you know that the Biden administration is definitely pushing more resources into clean and renewable energy. And then J.B. Pritzker and the state legislature are looking at this more seriously. And actually, we're working with some of our lawmakers to say, hey, you need to make sure you include this because this is where the world is going. And we need to be, and not only do we need to be responsible stewards, but we need to be on top of what's happening, right? So there are some things in process at the state level. There are some federal subsidies that are already out there, and we want to make sure, again, as responsible, you could say responsible providers to our customers, our clients, or our environment, that these are things that will help you also to finance these things, or to even get credits for it. To get carbon credits, to get tax credits, what have you.
Okay. And Jed said, I think Cali still does, but we have trees and fog like crazy out there. So you all can replay this video over and over again to get the information on the slide here. Let me go back over here to where his phone number is so you know to get on his nerves. Just don't call on Sunday. That's my day.
That's his day, right? That's your day, right? Exactly.
So you all can mess with him Monday through Saturday if you can catch him. Okay, but Sunday is my day. Okay, I get on his nerves on
that's right
on Sunday, and I really don't get on his nerves. I don't bother him.
Not at all, Dr. Ron. I look forward to our calls every time.
I'm gonna put it out there. I told him some months back he needed to get some help to duplicate himself. So if y'all feel like y'all want to help a brother out, give him a call. Get in his back pocket. Not just anybody now, because he got little kids and everything else and a whole family, more than one family, okay? Because he been to Africa, so I don't know how many families he got. But I know.
Hey, don't get me in trouble now, brother. I got one family, but I have brothers and sisters on the continent.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but no, he is so busy. I promise you. We were just on a conference call on yesterday trying to get some things done in Haiti, and he is very instrumental and involved with projects all over the world. So yes, he's not just dealing here in Chicago, but he's definitely dealing all over the world. Man, we have killed an hour already.
Right.
It don't take long to kill an hour. I'm going to say, what would you like? Ask the question. What would you like to leave with the people before we get out of here today?
Well, I just touched on, the 2 points is that, hey, chocolate, as you said, is medicinal. It's a great comfort food. Some people say it's an aphrodisiac. I just love it to death. And I would love to share these sisters' dreams with you all with 57 Chocolate. So, I told them when I was on the call with them that first time, and I was so excited bouncing off the wall. And I'm like, man, what's wrong with this dude? I'm sure they were thinking that. I said, I want to make 57 Chocolate a household name. right? I want folks to know about the real source of chocolate and what it's connected to, right? So definitely, if you're interested in that, please hit me up. And then with Synergy, we are a up and coming company. We're up and coming community builder, if you will, that wants to make clean and renewable energy part of what we do. It shouldn't be fringe. It shouldn't be hippie-ish or tree hugger. It should be about what we do, because not only is it our responsibility, but it's actually financially. It's financially sound as far as what we want to do long term. Yes, there's some upfront costs. We're not going to lie about that, but it will pay for itself in the long term, and actually will make you somewhat, if not totally, independent as far as producing, again, that power, that sese for your energy. So synergy.
All right now, and it's funny. I got to throw this out there.
Yes, sir.
About 10 years ago, Osei and I had a conversation with another supplier of reusable energy.
That's right.
We were putting together power sources with turbine and solar, trying to create solutions for places that do not have on-grid power supply. Now, here we go, 10 years later down the road, we're right back at that point again.
That's
so
right.
It was a good concept then. It's even a better concept now.
No doubt. And that's part of, we're even talking about that right now. We're looking at international projects, because you're right. Again, we take it for granted. We flip a switch on. In most of the world, they don't have that luxury to even flip a switch, much less make sure that the lights come on all the time. And so if we can provide these systems using the technology as it is cheaper, we can provide communities that never have had light at night, or maybe never have had electricity, that ability, and therefore increases their capacity to do so much more.
Yeah, I remember one of the comments when we first started talking about doing this project in Africa, in some of the villages, and one of the representatives was saying, like, there's no way we can put a single light in the middle of a village, because one of the brothers gonna be then took that thing home and put it in his hut.
Oh, wow. There you go.
He's gonna make sure his mama got light.
So and that's why we have to look at it from a systemic perspective, right?
Exactly.
We can't just bring up one light. It has to be a system.
Yeah,
if it's a system, then hey, plug in.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So once again, I thank you for coming on the show, man. I love you. The things that you bring are always positive. Miss Fiona, what you got for us before we get out of here today?
I enjoy talking to you for the second time. You're very inspirational and a man full of knowledge. The last thing, what I got from all of that, Mr. Hutchinson, is, power. Knowledge is power. And that's all. That's the last thing. That's the only thing I can think of, is knowledge is power. And I like the meaning behind how do you say it?
Synergy.
So synergy. I like that.
We can say synergy, but it's really sese. That's the word, but it's the synergy.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Showing off with them foreign languages again.
My partner taught me that. He's fluent in Eve, so he's taught me.
I got it. You got it. Look, man, you got it. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out, being a part of what we do here at the Ask Dr. Ron show. Please go over to the website, ask-dr-ron.com, and please support all of our vendors. We need your support. I tell you, we need you, to, support the vendors. I'm going to throw this up here. We also have a slide here where you can make contributions to the show. We appreciate you all dropping in week after week. We appreciate all the contributions that have come in. We need you to continue to support what we do over here at the Ask Dr. Ron show. You got Osei's number. Reach out to him. Don't let him off the hook. Reach out to him. Get some of that chocolate, because it's good, y'all. It's good, And we're going to see y'all again on next week. Tune in. Peace.